Let's Talk with author Dre Lett is a show that informs, inspires, and motivates. All shows are taped in front of a live virtual audience. Make sure to follow us so you can be notified when a new show is available on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also follow us if you want to be a part of our live tapings. Grab your beverage and snacks, get comfortable so we can let's talk. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dre Lett. This is the show where we inform, inspire, and motivate. We get you going during these tough times and beyond. So come on in the virtual room and have a seat so we can let's talk. You guys make sure you hit follow and like on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So, you guys, tonight is Friday, September 27th, 2024. And let's talk about the healthiest you, mind and body. Yes, indeed. Tonight we have author and poet Justin Wilson and herbalist Bigherm Williams. They'll be on the virtual stage shortly. So let's get into a brief message from our sponsors. While we do that, you guys make sure you put in the comment section your name and where you're viewing from so I can give you a shout out when we come back from this brief message from our sponsors. I just love doing it. I love my Let's Talk fam, those that watch the show live with me. So we'll be right back in a few moments, okay? Hair by Sade is located in Learwarden, Georgia. Sade focuses on the treatment and health of your hair. She specializes in many different styles of silk presses. She knows just how to put that bounce in curls. If hair extensions is what you want, she can do an install that will leave your hair healthy and glowing. Sade has skills to create any style that you want. Hair by Sade. Book your appointment so you can be styled looking like an it girl. Contact her at 678-315-1239. Hair by Sade. Jeffrey Searcy is a proud entrepreneur and author. His Kosher Wave business offers 100% natural, cruelty-free hairbrushes that are made from plant-based materials. Jeffrey is a barber and understands the importance of beard maintenance. Therefore, he offers the Shorty Red Hot Pickin' Beard Conditioner Spray. His website offers additional products as well. All purchases can be purchased on his website at kosherwave.com. Jeffrey is also an author of a book called My Name is Speedy and I'm Not a Mutt. This book is written through the eyes of a dog and his faithful friends. This story helps the reader to understand the importance of knowing that we are all the same and also different in many ways. This book highlights the fact that we all deserve love and respect, and which makes the world a better place to live. Purchases can be made on the speedydog.dog website, and all hair care products can be purchased on his kosherwave.com website. So strong, come and enjoy the City Nights experience. City Nights was founded on a vision to create a smooth, silky vodka that does not sting or leave a bitter aftertaste. The unique flavor has a rustic taste of hemp, delivering a mouth-watering surprise. City Nights is one of a kind, award-winning, extraordinary vodka. Savor every moment with your family and friends and enjoy the City Nights experience. Purchases can be made on citynights.com. DTL Productions is a multimedia company founded in year 2020 by author Dre Lett. We specialize in marketing consultation, social media content creation and management, virtual assistant services, as well as writing, producing, editing documents, and directing multimedia webcasts. We also offer email management and various marketing services, and so much more. DTL Productions is owned by a respected professional writer with 30 plus years of experience who has generated hundreds of business materials, including reports, letters, proposals, business requirements, presentations, press releases, reviews, published fiction novels, as well as produced various webcasts. It's always been the dream of our founder to help others through words. DTL Productions wants to put your feelings and expressions into words for you. In the words of Dre Lett, trust us, you won't be disappointed. All right, those are messages from our sponsors. You guys make sure you go out and you support them. I'm big on entrepreneurship. All right, so let's get into my Let's Talk fam. Want to give some shout outs to them. I appreciate them so much because every time we go live virtually, they are there and supporting us. Thank you so very, very much. We got Rockin' Richard Houston. He says, hello, everyone. Hope you guys are okay down there this storm. Yes, Richard, it was something else last night. When it started, I got scared and I said, you know what? I'm going to sleep. So we went to sleep. We slept through it and we just prayed. And so we have electricity. As far as I know, we don't have any damage. So, but our thoughts and prayers are going out to those that suffered and went through that storm, that nasty, nasty storm. And those of you up north is coming your way. So prepare. And there's quite a few people in Atlanta with no power. So again, my thoughts and prayers go out to them. All right. The next person is hubby watching from the man cave. And we've got, oh my goodness, Elise. Hey, Elise. She is our life coach. She's awesome. She is just so awesome. And I know you had some surgery, and I'm so glad that you're back and you're doing much, much better. We can't wait to your segment again. Let's see who else is chiming, who's watching. Okay. Wanda, hey girl, how are you? She's always very, very faithful. Appreciate your love and support. And of course, Carla. Yes, Carla, I love you, girl. Thank you so much for your love and support as well. And I see quite a few of you are watching live. If you're scared to say anything, I totally understand. It is all good. It is all good. So let's get into hot topics. It's going to be fast because we're running behind and we got Justin coming on. I'm so excited about that. So this hot topics is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of negative, but it's a hot topic, right? So according to CNN, the indictment against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, unsealed Thursday morning, alleges he secretly solicited and accepted freebies and illegal campaign donations from wealthy foreigners, including Turkish officials, as far back as 2014. In exchange, he pressured the fire department of New York to approve the opening of a new Turkish consular building in the city without a fire inspection, the indictment states. In addition, his campaign used those illegal campaign donations to steal public funds through New York City's matching funds, according to the indictment. Oh my goodness. Adam is charged with 5 counts: bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and 2 counts of soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals. Oh Lord. You guys, let me just give you the Dre editorial. These are my opinions only. In the news this week, I was just so disgusted. So again, according to CNN, as you all know, Sean Puffy Combs was arrested on Monday, September 16th, for the charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, and transportation for purpose of prostitution. And I also read the book titled Kim's Lost Words, A Journal from Justice to the Other Side. And I was floored to read, woo, Jesus, that she participated in threesomes with Puffy, her son's father, I'll be sure. Also, she had threesomes with J-Lo, Mary J. Blige. She slept with Jada Smith while Puffy was in the other room with Will Smith and some other unknown person. She also slept with Tupac and witnessed Puffy and I'll be sure having X. This, of course, is all allegedly in this book, okay? So this is supposedly according to her book that she was writing. Now, her kids and others have said this book is not true. However, I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. So to hear that allegedly Puffy slept with Justin Bieber and Usher when they were under the age of 18 is sickening. Is sickening to my stomach. The things that he did is appalling. And of course, it's all allegedly. I'm also disappointed. And again, he hasn't had his day in court, but just the mere fact that they arrest you, they got something on you, right? They got something. So I'm disappointed also in the mayor of New York and Puffy because, both of these guys were able to rise to the top. And because of greed and actual sickness, now your legacy is tarnished forever, tarnished forever. So, again, they haven't been tried in court. In the case of Puffy and his baby mama's book, it's alleged, right? But the bottom line is this: when you get to the top, use your power and your resources to paint a good picture of yourself, because you need to do what's right. You need to keep your nose clean and be someone that the kids and the younger generations can look up to. This is truly, truly sad. So what do you guys think about that? Put your comments in the comments section. And I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. So that's my own personal editorial. That's how I feel. I'm so, so disappointed. Again, they haven't been tried and that book is alleged and they're saying it's not real. But again, his bodyguard, the bouncer, has already gone all over social media telling the same exact stories. So I don't know. Again, all of this is alleged. Okay. So let me get into okay, let's see here. Carla says that this book is being unfair to Kim, knowing that she's not here to speak on her behalf, on his behalf. Yeah. So Carla, with that book, what happened was apparently she was working on a book. And so when she died, apparently, allegedly, he and his goons stole her laptops and they were in his home. So allegedly, when the FBI, I mean, the government seized his house, they uncovered these laptops. And allegedly, the manuscript from her laptop was leaked to someone who published the book in her own words, allegedly. So girl, I don't know. It's just sad. It's sad. So let's get into, and again, if you guys are watching this pre-recorded phase, put your comments in the comment section. If you're not able to comment, because sometimes when the show runs after, there's no way for you to comment, but just inbox me. I'm curious to see what you guys think out there. Okay. Let's get into introducing my guest. I'm so excited to have him on tonight. Yes, indeed, you guys. This is Justin Wilson. He's a thought provoking author who is known for his poignant poetry and short stories that explore real life experiences and challenge society narratives. His writing encourages meaningful conversations and introspection, particularly around the often toxic discourse between genders. Justin's debut book, From the Pews, and his follow up book, Courageous Vulnerability, have been praised by mental health professionals for their honesty and depth. His poem, Simp, was featured on Dr. PGB Hudson's blog and discussed by a podcast panel, solidifying his voice in contemporary literature inspired by his faith and family. Justin's work aims to foster understanding and positive change in today's divisive society. So, you guys, help me welcome to the virtual stage Mr. Justin Wilson. Hey, Justin. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just
There you
realized
go.
that.
How you doing?
I'm all right, and yourself?
I'm doing okay. We survived that storm. I know I talked to you
Yeah,
last night, and I was like, I don't know if we're gonna have
right,
any power. We
right. When you
survived.
text me and said we have power, I said that's great.
Yes,
Yeah, I talked to my
indeed.
mother a couple of times, so she's in Florida, Tampa, Florida, exact. Well,
Oh,
near Tampa, Florida, and they again, like I told you, they slept.
uh-oh. What'd you say? Are they?
I
I
said they
couldn't hear.
slept through the storm.
They did. Yes, that's what I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, well, good. I'm glad she's okay. I am so glad she's okay. So, Justin, tell me, what inspired you to become a writer?
Um, when I was I think I was like 13 or 14 years old. I came across Tupac's book, Concrete in the Rose, and I
Okay.
mean Rose in the Concrete, and was I couldn't tell you what's in the book now, but I read it at the time, and at the time I was thinking to myself, Tupac is writing poetry. Like that's not what I knew him for. So it became a way for me to I started trying it, and a way for me to kind of hide and just kind of be in a world of my own. So I started it. Tupac honestly was, I guess, the inspiration, and then I had a teacher in high school who saw the potential and kind of pushed me in that direction.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Anytime I have authors on, writers, I just love picking their brain on what got them to that point. So tell me about your experience with societal pressures and how they can be harmful. I know you wrote around that topic in your book. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
I guess as a kid, I can remember um, in the black community, through like rap music, had to kind of go the street route, um, and feeling like you wasn't of any value if you kind of didn't take that route, or at least personify that.
Mhm.
That was the black. And I went through the phase in my life, and then as I've grown up, I'm kind of like, man, that's not a necessary uh phase in life. You don't have to go through that. You don't have to mess your background up. You don't have to. And I just pretty much kind of start talking to young men and pushing, like, man, go get an education. You don't have to be a NBA player, an NFL player. You could be a neuroscientist. You could be a writer. You could be whatever you want to be. We're not limited to sport. Um, and learning to be okay with oneself, like that. What is your interest? What helps you wake up in the morning? um just kind of learning the process of getting to know yourself, which is not necessarily that
Yeah.
culture pushes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's deep. So with that being said, was there anything that you went through in your personal life that I know, for example, as an author, sometimes for me, writing is therapeutic. So, was there anything that you went through personally that caused you to dig deep and just write it down and put it on paper?
So this book, Courageous Vulnerability, that I wrote, I shared an experience that I had, being molested and raped as a kid, a very young kid, and I never would have. I would have thought that would have gone to my grave with me, but I don't know. One day I was riding. I was actually driving upstate New York and praying, and the words that the word I always say those words kind of boiled in me for like 30 years. And one day I had to write them down. And so I shared the thoughts that came to my mind, and I put them in the form of like a poem slash short story. And I shared that, and I kind of think back on the effect, different things that I've been through in life, different things that I've experienced and how it affected me. And I wrote it down, and yeah, I wrote it down and put it in this book, and I never would have thought that but I've had conversations with other young men that have had a similar experience, and I just said to myself, like, I didn't make it through that. God didn't let me make it through that to not share it.
Amen.
I know it's
Mhm.
not a common thing. I know it's not, you're a tough guy. That's not supposed to happen to you. But I'm saying to anybody that has any I'm saying it to anybody, but definitely to men, if you've experienced that, you can, uh, therapy, for me, therapy, prayer, and accepting that I was victimized, but I will not accept myself as being a victim. I acknowledge that I was victimized, but I will not accept myself as a victim. I will No, I'm not a victim, but I was victimized. But I've made it through that, and it's on to bigger and better things in life.
That's wonderful. I love it. It's sad that you went through that, but it's good that you were able to turn things around. And so would you say writing that really helped you mentally in terms of get through a lot of things that was still stuck there?
Right. That writing that stuff down, like I wrote that entire piece in about 15 minutes,
Mm.
and then I read it for like an hour.
Wow.
I cried for like an hour because I couldn't believe I
Oh.
had acknowledged that it happened. Like I had I had shared it with like my mom and different people because she
Mhm.
didn't know. A lot of people, but I shared it with them in bits and pieces. But in that piece, I was able to see it. It was almost like a movie. I saw the time it was happening. I saw the different ways it affected me in life. Um, and I wrote it down. And after I wrote it down, I cried, and I was just like, man, this is insane. I never would have thought I would have talked about this, let alone like and not only that, at the time I wasn't going to put that in the book. I just had to get it out of me. Like you got your
Mhm.
personal, that was in there, and that was never going to come out. But again, I've had some experience and listened to people who have experienced similar things, and I dealt with like the not being able to sleep, the burden of I been, prayer. God brought me through. Then my parents encouraged me to get into therapy, and that definitely brought me a very long way. I know therapy is not a thing in our community, but I strongly encourage therapy. Like go
Mhm.
talk therapy, whether you go to the gym and get your therapy through the gym. I would encourage talk therapy so that you can kind of get the guidance, but the whatever it takes to help you get through, I encourage people, don't just sit on it, to make that your power.
Yeah, I love it. And you're right, sharing with people, what you went through, they will look up to you and listen to you and get some therapy or find other ways to get their pain out. So you're right. I'm a firm believer that God does use people to bring things out in case somebody's out there going through the same thing. So that's awesome. I mean, again, I'm sorry that you went through that, but it's awesome that you're willing to share it to help someone else. Definitely. So, in your bio, and you and I talked a little bit that, you've been on different podcasts and so forth. So, going back to the mental health, so mental health professionals have praised your work for its depth and honesty. How do you see your poetry and short stories contributing to the larger conversation about mental health, especially in communities where it might be stigmatized? Like you said, in our community, it's a no. How would you
I
characterize?
would hope that anybody reading it, um, I feel like it's always my experience is that it's about what somebody else has going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I said I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to say this happened. So for that person that it happened to that can't talk about it, like can't bring the conversation up themselves, I would hope that reading mine would help them to be able to be comfortable at least saying, what about this? This
Mm-hmm.
person is expressing this, and then it can move over into, I and then maybe they can have the conversation with their therapist that allows them to be able to say, yes, it happened to me. This is something I battle with. It's taken it's giving me many sleepless nights. It gives me nightmares. I can't I have um giving myself thoughts. Just gives them the courage to be able to say, hey, this is definitely something that I've been through. Every poem in the book is accompanied with 5 questions, and these are things like these are the poems like that in the book are things that I had conversations with my therapist, and I just
Mm-hmm.
kind of developed the questions based on the way me and my therapist was able to work through those things. So it's not like direct questions from the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
The questions in the book are kind of how I processed my way through those things, and how now I'm like I say, it happened, but it no longer has the same power it did over me. I'm not worried about this because he let that happen. I don't care. If I want someone to be helped to not hold on to it for 30 years, 10 years, 5 years. I don't want them to hold on to that stuff because I know that it put me through during that time. And I wouldn't wish that on absolutely anybody. So I'm saying there are people available to have a conversation with that can help you restart your life. Um, and I use this therapy to help. You can pray. I'm all for praying, but I'm saying pray that the therapist does a good job and go see a therapist.
Yes. Wow. That is so true. That is so true. So, with that being said, one of the reoccurring themes in your work is self-work and resilience. Like you said, get the help. Tell me more about that. So do you go through a phase where you um, pump yourself up? I know, like if I'm having a bad day, I'll put on some Beyonce and I'm like dancing and I'm feeling good, right? So, what
Mhm.
helps you feel good about yourself and keep you going with the resilience?
The gym.
Okay.
That I told my therapist she is really good, but the gym is better. Every go in there, get a good workout in, and I absolutely love it. I know there's like some chemical releases, endorphins and everything like that, but I absolutely love it. Writing is good, but it's not even as good as is my go-to. As often as I can get in there and lift weights or run, do sit-ups, whatever I can do, that's my number one therapeutic uh thing. And then I've recently learned that the sauna,
Mm-hmm.
I love the sauna, and I never would have thought I would have, but I sitting in the sauna for 10 minutes and coming out and feeling your body release tension and stress, I recommend it. every day of the week. It is the most amazing feeling in the world. So I know in my community, I never seen or heard people talk about it, but I'm saying, man, give it a try. Try something different than what we've been doing.
Mhm.
Standing on the block all day ain't gonna help nothing. Try something different.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Justin, I've got your information scrolling at the bottom. Tell the viewers why they should purchase your poetry books. Just give us a quick sell on what they're about and why they should definitely purchase.
Um, so I think my poetry book will be to anybody's personal library. Uh, for the fact that it's not just something you sit down and read, it's something you think about introspectively. It's something to you're reading about what I think and my experiences and different the way I process things. It it's accompanied with questions for you to be able to have to think introspectively, or you can read it in a group setting. I had someone who had the book with their book club, and they said the questions allowed them to really in-depth conversations. And I think that to me is what I'm most proud of is that it allowed people to be able to have conversations and talk and go in depth. So I think that it would be a benefit to absolutely anybody to read it. It's not just stuff about like explaining. It talks about relationships because I am absolutely not a fan of this man versus woman culture that we in. I believe in the team.
Mhm.
Us. I
Mhm.
don't care for the this woman. I'm not a fan of it, and I talk about that a lot. I share my thoughts on it, but yeah, I'm it. There's a lot in it. It's not just sad stuff because I was looking at the bio and it says poignant poetry, and I'm like, known for sad poetry, but it's thought provoking. Everybody that has ever read it, that's the number one word, thought provoking. It helped them to look at their lives and say, man, I got some stuff I need to be thinking about and working on. So I think anybody that reads it, that's my hope. But I've not talked to anybody who hasn't um felt like it was a benefit for them to read it.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. And with this segment being, healthy mind and body, if your mind isn't healthy, then your body's not right. So it's so important to make sure you're good.
Absolutely. My workouts are better now that my mind is much better. Like I said, I, I ex- a solid 10 years where there was not a day that went by that I did not think about unaliving myself.
Oh my
And
gosh.
after getting into therapy and really learning what the root cause was and then know what to talk to God about a little better,
Mhm.
um, it feels so good to not have that burden. Like I can see a reason to live. I can see value in myself. I can see value in others now. I have daughters that I can look value in them and I see value in humanity, irrespective of where they are. I see value
Mhm.
in them because I know what it's like to look at yourself in the mirror and see no value. And I'm
Mhm.
encouraging everybody, man, go. You are someone, you are valuable. You Imago Dei, made in the image of God. You are someone. I do not care the amount of money you have. I heard the hot topics in the beginning. The amount of money can be something that ends you up in a situation you don't want to be in. I
Mhm.
don't want money. Take care of my
Right.
family, but if that's what it comes with, I don't
No.
want it.
Me
No.
either. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Justin, this has been so awesome. Please tell everyone how they can follow you. Your information is scrolling at the bottom, but for those that are listening and not looking, please tell everyone how they can purchase your books and follow you, sir.
My books can be found on Amazon. You can just look up Courageous Vulnerability by Justin Wilson or From the Pews by Justin Wilson. You can follow me on Instagram at author, I think it's underscore Justin Wilson. Facebook, author Justin Wilson or Justin Wilson, and TikTok is author dot Justin Will. You can follow me on any of those. You can inbox me. I'm a human being. I do work a lot, so it may take me, but I if I see someone there who has a genuine question, I promise you I will respond. If it's not a genuine question, I probably won't. I'm chances are I won't. But if it's a serious question, or you just want to say, hey, feel free to inbox me. I promise.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Justin, for coming on Face Talk. Face Talk. Let's talk. If you have another book coming out or any other thing going on, you're more than welcome to come here.
You
I
will know
appreciate
first.
Yes, I appreciate you sharing your story because it is helping somebody. So thank you so much for coming on Let's Talk, okay? And stay
Okay,
safe out there.
will do. I'll
Okay,
be
bye.
tuning in for the rest of the show. I want to hear about this herb stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. You guys, that was Justin Wilson. He is awesome. His story is a sad one, but it's good that he was able to turn it around, get some help, and do some writing. So if you guys are suffering from that, get a hold of somebody that can help you via therapy, the church, and just turn it all around. Okay, you guys, we have our next guest. I'm so excited to have him on. Woo woo. A lot of people have questions, and let me give a formal invite to this gentleman. Let me just say this though, okay? So we're heading into the cold and flu season, and as COVID cases are expected to rise, some people believe that there's healing through herbs. My guest, herbalist Bigherm Williams, says he can help anyone suffering from various health ailments. Please know, I got to put the disclaimer because we don't want nobody coming after me. So here's my disclaimer. So basically, it says the statements, the views, or opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect or represent those of author Dre Lett, the host of Let's Talk, or Detail Productions LLC. These are the views and opinions of herbalist Bigherm Williams. So I got to make sure I cover that. So let me get into his bio. His bio: Bigherm Williams retired as a sergeant with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office in 2013. After retirement, he studied herbalism and became a master herbalist. He says he has helped hundreds of people heal from diseases like diabetes, hypertension, cancer, gout, migraines, herpes, and HIV. You guys, everyone, help me welcome to the virtual stage Mr. Herbalist Bigherm Williams. Hey,
Hey,
how are you, Bigherm?
I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine out here. Doing,
Awesome.
doing
Out
just,
here. Where are you at? You said out here.
oh yeah, I'm out here in Florida. I'm out,
Oh,
yeah, not too far from Sarasota.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys were okay through the
Oh yeah.
storm?
Yeah, I was further inland, so
Oh,
I didn't get the power outage or the rain surge or water surge or whatever. I didn't get none of that.
good. I'm so glad you are okay. So, a lot of people have questions, and I asked you to come on because there are people that, that this is flu season, and as everybody going doors, COVID's going to spread and all that kind of stuff. And some people believe in the traditional, medications, and then there's others that use herbs. So, you were on before, but I want you to just give everybody a breakdown. I've got some questions, but I think you're going to probably answer a lot of them. You guys put your questions in the comment section and just tell us, herbalist Bigherm, what are your thoughts on the flu season and COVID, and how can people avoid it, or what can they do should they get sick?
Okay, great question. And one of the things I try to tell my clients is that you don't protect the body from the outside in. You protect the body from the inside out.
Mhm.
And how do you protect the body? Is with a healthy digestive tract from eating fruits and vegetables and getting some sun. That also will aid in strengthening your body. Food is the thing that breaks down your body. Eating the foods that nature did not create for you to consume, those
Mm,
are the things that causes compromising immune system over time. And I don't care what illness that an individual may be dealing with, I always start with the gut.
okay.
Gut health is extremely important.
Oh, wow. So, Justin, he was just a guest on the show. he told me off camera that he struggles with diabetes and trying to keep it. What kind of advice would you give to someone like that that has questions about diabetes?
Okay. First of all, you got to understand the medical industry is not taught how to heal the body.
Okay.
That's not what their education is. Their education is to use drugs from the pharmacy to manage the condition. And
Okay.
you never get healed. You just get managed. Sounds like a very good profitable way to handle it. But for you, in order for you to reverse a disease, you got to stop doing the thing that caused it. High blood pressure. 90% of all high blood pressure is caused by a deficiency of a mineral called magnesium.
Mm.
Mag- Magnesium is what helps the veins, the arteries to open and close. Lack of magnesium will, when the blood flows through there, it will close, but it won't open again, which builds up pressure, and that's what causes high blood pressure. Also, another way is when you consume foods that the body, that nature has not created for you to consume. That's why they call it Mother Nature, because that's who feeds you.
Mhm.
um, if you don't eat those foods and you eat other foods, the body is alive and it will defend itself. And one of the major ways that it uses to defend itself is with mucus. Mucus from the body will its job is to carry out and flush out toxins. But
Oh,
over time, you'll get an overaccumulation of mucus in your circulatory system that will impede your blood flow, and that'll cause high blood pressure, and also your adrenal glands also control high blood pressures. When your adrenals are offline, that
mhm.
can cause high blood pressure.
Oh, wow. That's deep. That's deep. So what kind of herbs would you give somebody with diabetes or high blood pressure? What
Okay.
specific?
Diabetes. Remember, like I said, in order to reverse a condition, you must first stop doing the thing that caused it.
Okay.
And what I do for my clients is I provide for them an approved foods list of all the fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, oils, all those things that nature created for us to consume. That's
Okay.
number one. Then I have to give them an herb called Cascara sagrada or rhubarb or even slippery elm that will cleanse the gut, because all diseases pretty much start in the gut.
Mm.
Okay. And then when it comes to high blood pressure, I can use an herb called um, burdock root, which cleanses the blood, and also hydrangea, which helps to cleanse the nephrons of the kidneys.
Mm. Oh, wow. Now let me ask you this. So, there's side effects with medications that the doctor give you. Are there any side effects with the herbs that you take?
Oh, no, not at all. There's no side effects when using Mother Nature.
Okay.
That's where from the earth you came, into the earth you shall return. That's your friend. That medicine comes from nature. Medicine does not come from the pharmaceutical the pharmacy. It
Okay.
doesn't, and you will get a side effect because those things are very toxic to the body.
Okay. Okay. So there's no side effects like no diarrhea, no headaches, no.
But you may experience a little bit of diarrhea, here and there, because it has so many of us have our digestive tract been clogged and blocked so long,
Mhm.
that you may get a little bit of diarrhea, but that will quickly pass. That
Okay.
will quickly pass.
Okay. So tell us about and you guys make sure you ask questions. There's a couple questions in the comment section, but I got to get my questions in first. so, so tell us a little bit about how you were able to heal someone of HIV, and what was the other one you said you healed them of? It was herpes. Oh my goodness, how are you able to heal someone of that?
Yeah.
Not saying I have it, I'm just
All right.
curious.
Now, when it comes to HIV or HSV, which are both a part of the same family,
Mhm.
okay, when you got to understand what it is, it's not so much a virus, it's actually parasites.
Ugh.
You have to deal with the parasite and the protein. There are natural herbs that will kill the parasite and the protein and the babies. And
Oh
that
god.
and that's how I'm able to get rid of herpes, because remember, all you got to look at the habit of the herpes virus. It hides from your immune system, and then every once in a while, it decides to come out and play and gives you a outbreak. You know, and a virus doesn't do that. It's not intelligent like that. No, that's an alive being called a parasite, like a fluke worm.
Okay.
Um, once you know how to kill the parasites, then you can take care of those things.
And so when you say kill the parasite, there's certain herbs that you give
Yes,
your
yes.
patient that are, oh,
Every medicine that your body needs comes from nature. Has to come from nature.
okay.
Definitely has to come in. Even things if you have diabetes, it's the same thing. Your pancreas needs to be cleansed and nourished. Your digestive tract needs to be cleansed. Actually, first you must stop eating the things that eating the foods that clogged up the pancreas.
Okay.
Your pancreas is a gland that is extremely important in your digestive process. And
Okay.
there's natural herbs like nopal or wirki that will cleanse that pancreas and nourish it and bring it back. Nothing wrong with your organ, because remember, you cannot live with a dead organ. Your organs just have a job to do. Your
Okay.
kidneys filtrate and eliminate. Well, what happened? Why is it my kidney filtration and eliminate? Because it's clogged. Because inside your kidneys is a bunch of filters,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually those filters get clogged by all that meat, dairy, starches, sugar, oatmeal, grits, coffee. Those are the things that clog up the kidneys. But the good news is I unclog it all the time. I,
Wow.
I know how to unclog it.
Wow, that's awesome. Let me ask you this. So somebody like Magic Johnson, who's had I think the virus forever, what, 30 some odd years. So if somebody's walking around with HIV, you can actually give them an herb that'll just wipe it out and they'll be healed.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got several testimonies that I've put online on Facebook and stuff. Now, when
Mhm.
it comes to Geo Serving, he does not have HSV anymore, herpes anymore. He hasn't had
Oh,
it in a long time, because what a lot of people don't know is that there's a master herbalist that was living in Honduras named Dr. Sabi,
okay.
and he got in contact with him.
Magic did.
Yeah,
Wow.
yes, and sent some representatives down to purchase the herbs that he needs and bring it back. Now, if you ask him, he'll
Mhm.
tell you I cannot confirm or deny.
That's why he's lived so
That's
long.
why he's got rid of herpes for a
You mean
long
HIV?
time.
You mean HIV?
Yeah, HIV. He's been getting rid
Wow.
of HIV for a long time. And the crazy thing about it is, I believe that HIV is not difficult to eradicate.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem eradicating it. I don't know what the big deal is, other than, we live in a country that's highly capitalist,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Wow, that's deep. Oh my gosh, that is so deep. Okay, so let's get into some questions from some of the audience people here. Justin said Dr. CB definitely was the man. And then I saw another question come across here. Uh-oh, we lost him. Oh, hopefully he would call back in, you guys, because we was getting into some good stuff here. He is, as you guys heard him say, he's down in Florida. So hopefully his connection. There he is. There he is.
Okay.
We're back. Woo woo. Okay. So
I was
here is,
I was trying to touch the chat button so I can see the questions,
oh
but
no, I got you. I got
okay.
you.
All right.
So here's one of the questions from Elise. She says, inflammation challenging. What are some ways to manage inflammation? Um, yeah, that's a good question, Elise.
Yeah, you first got to understand, remember, all 98% of all diseases come from the foods you are consuming.
Mhm.
Inflammation is a result of eating usually acidic based foods, acid based foods that really not supposed to be in the body. And the
Okay.
body will defend itself by sending water there to try to dilute it, or even calcium there to try to dilute that, because calcium is a mineral that is highly, highly alkaline. So
Mm,
and that's the thing that causes inflammation. Just like with gout, all gout is you're eating meat, which sends that uric acid in the body. So the body will send mucus, and it'll also send calcium, which causes it to harden. And that's
mm,
where you get the pain. but it's an easy, even that's an easy fix.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. Okay. So, Justin, who was just a guest, he said he was going to stay and hear you. One of the things he asked, and I'm trying to find his question real quick, he wanted to know what type of herb would you recommend for diabetes? And I'm trying to find his question.
Right. When it comes to diabetes, you need an herbal therapy package. It's not something you can do on your own. It's you have to understand that the body operates on a domino effect. You have to start with the gut. Then you have to cleanse the blood. Then you can cleanse and nourish the kidneys, and
Hmm.
also the bring the adrenal glands back in line.
Okay.
And those are the things together that will cause that blood pressure to go right down. I have no
Mm.
problem. I have hundreds, thousands of high blood pressure clients that are no longer on medications at all.
And diabetes as well.
Diabetes as well. I get people that call me crying, talking about, man, I've had this disease for the last 10, 15 years. I,
Mm.
but I'm no longer on medications. But remember, I don't take people off the medication, their doctor does. Because
Oh, okay.
I know how to get the numbers down. Now, if you check your diabetes, your glucose level, and your glucose level is 96, why would you take any insulin or any medication or anything? You
Hmm.
know, and I tell people, you are the doctor. You have to write down what's going on in your body. For instance, you have high blood pressure, but now you've been taking herbs and changing your diet. And I tell people, write it down. So when you go to your doctor, you say, hey, doc, for the last 2 weeks, this is what's been going on with my blood pressure. And he will make
Mm.
it, and he will describe the changes that's necessary.
Wow.
And
That's
sometimes I have to remind people because their blood pressure drops too low. And
okay.
I have to ask them, why is your blood pressure so low? Well, I take my pharmaceutical drugs and I take my herb. I said, you're the doctor. Don't do that. When you see your blood pressure dropping to the level that it's supposed to be, then
Hmm.
that's when you get with your doctor and say, hey, doc, look at my blood pressure. What do I need to do? And he'll take you off that medication.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah, but you have to play a major part in it. You are responsible for your health.
Mm.
Please do not put your life in the hands of a capitalistic system. Don't do that to yourself.
Mm. And those are his views and opinions.
That's my view. That's my views and opinions. Work with your doctor.
Yes, I
Yes,
agree.
work
I
with
agree.
your doctor.
Definitely.
Be a major participant in your healing.
Hmm.
Communicate with your doctor.
So let me ask you this, and you may have already said it, but I just want to hear it again. So with everybody getting ready, you can get cold or get a flu and COVID. What should we be eating specifically to boost our immune system to help fight off any flu or COVID that may try to attack our system? What is the best food? I know you talked about foods with seeds, but what are the top two, would you say?
Okay. In the morning time, what you should be eating is fruits. Fruits
Okay.
is fruits is not a snack. Fruits is actually food. It's a meal. For
Okay.
instance, especially the melons, the cantaloupe, the honeydew melon, the
Hmm.
blueberries, the blackberries. The watermelon with seeds, the grapes with seeds. Those
Okay.
things are awesome because fruits hydrate the body. It gives the body a structured water called H3O2, and it hydrates the body. Water flushes the body. That's why it's good to drink water in the morning, room temperature, and flush your body because at night, your body will detox. So when you
Oh.
get up in the morning and you drink that water, it'll
Mhm.
help to flush it right on out of there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
And what about for lunch? What do you recommend for lunch and dinner?
In America, we have to get away from that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You
Okay.
just eat when you're hungry. Me, I don't eat until after 12 noon because
Okay.
that's when I break my fast, which is breakfast. You know,
Oh,
and
okay.
and it takes a minute for your body to get used to that because it's going to crave all that other stuff, the the waffles and all this other stuff that you used to eating, it's going to crave those things. But you just have to persevere and stay with it and understand that the reward is worth it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Herbalist Bigherm. We appreciate you so much. That's some excellent advice. Please tell those who are interested in purchasing herbs and the herbalist diet and treatment, how can they get a hold of you? Your information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. But for those that are listening and not looking, how can they get a hold of you, sir?
Right. They can get a hold of me through my website. You can find my phone number there, or they could just call me at 770-714-9107. And yes, I know some people have a question that says, well, what herbs? I prepare different herbal packages for different conditions in the body.
Mm,
The high blood pressure package is not the same for the thyroid packet, or for the migraine packet, or
okay.
for the fibromyalgia packet, or anything else like that. All the packages are different according to what area of the body that you're trying to cleanse and nourish.
Okay. Okay.
And the
Well,
body was created to heal itself.
and I do believe that. Absolutely. I do. Oh
It
my
just needs
gosh.
the right environment. That's all.
Okay.
That's why the meats, dairy, starch, and sugar. Meats is uric acid. Starches is carbonic acid.
Hmm.
Um, Dairy is lactic acid. And
Okay.
sugar is glycerinic acid. All that acid will cause acidosis in the body, which causes a lot of inflammation.
Mm. Wow, that's deep. Well, you guys get in touch with him so he can give you a personal consultation and get you what you need, what you're looking for. We appreciate you, Herbalist Bigherm Williams, for sharing that. It means a lot to a lot of people. I had a lot of people inbox me when they saw the flyer and said, "Oh, I cannot wait. I want to know. I want to know." So, um, and hubby, one of the producers, says, "Great info, Big H." All right. Well, you stay safe down there. Safe travels back to the A. And thank you so much, sir. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. God bless.
Thank you. Bye bye. That is good information, you guys. You know, we got to take care of our bodies, right? So I want to thank Justin Wilson for coming on to talk about how we can keep our mind healthy, and herbalist Bigherm Williams for talking about how we can keep our body healthy, you guys. So as I close out the show, I want to leave you with the positive thought is take care of your mind and your body will thank you. Take care of your body and your mind will thank you. And that is by O. Hampton. So, if I want to tell you guys, as always, do one good thing for one person each day, and you can affect 365 lives. If no one has told you they love you, know that I love you. You guys stay safe out there, and just keep pushing and stay positive and loving on one another during this crazy election season. Just be kind to one another. And with those words, I'm out.